Welcome to the Straight Red Card. This is, I guess, the official last show of the year. And we're going to, of course...
Imagine doing another one after this.
I can't either. Not with... I mean, who knows, though, you know? I thought D-Rec's Christmas song was it. But I guess we'll do this last one because we did have the Camp Cupcake roster come out. But let's start with a few other things that have been pretty heavy in the news, especially the whole idiot referee in Holland who gives the straight red card to the AZ goalie for, in many ways, essentially, I mean, after the karate kick that guy threw at Esteban, who's the goalie. You know, I can totally understand why he went buck wild and kicked him a couple times, but I'm not sure. You looked it up, and the rule says that if it's deemed, excessive, then it's... the ref has to pull the red, right? Or could it be a yellow?
They didn't actually specify on yellow or red. I'm sure if I would have continued reading, it would have said it. But he did say that the player is also guilty of violent conduct if he uses excessive force or brutality against a teammate, spectator, match official, or any other person.
So was it excessive, though, in your book?
In my book, it was excessive. I mean, after the initial kick, where the fan actually kind of missed, in all honesty, the goalkeeper, Esteban, had...
but imagine if he didn't.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was a pretty hefty kick.
Yeah, and Esteban connected, the fan went down, and the officials, all the security officers were behind him. They would have gotten there before he would have gotten back up, but Esteban went over and kicked him another 2 or 3 times. And I'm not faulting Esteban for this. Mm-hmm. I would have done the same thing.
See, I
would have continued kicking him.
Yeah, I know. I guess I just don't consider that excessive to me.
Well, I consider defending yourself to an extent, but again, in the heat of the matter, you just got attacked by somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just say, okay. I'm going to go out and do the exact same thing. I would have continued kicking him.
But maybe that's just a yellow, though.
It could have been. I mean, that would have been a way to almost play safe the whole situation. The ref could have followed the rules, which is what he said he was doing, and he could have just given the goalkeeper a yellow. But in all honesty, I think a lot of people would still be pissed if he would have given him a yellow.
Well, here's
not as pissed since he gave him the red and all, but I still think a lot of people would have been bitching about it.
Don't you think if Esteban doesn't kick him in the legs a couple times while the guy's down there, then maybe that guy pops right back up and starts karate chopping again? I mean... to me, what he did was keep the guy on the ground. He didn't kick him in the head. He didn't kick him in the ribs. He didn't pounce on top of him and start beating his face in, which I think, would have been great. Frankly, I would have applauded that. So to me, it wasn't excessive. What I saw was a guy saying, hey, I just got some guy try to karate chop me in my midsection. I avoided it. Now he's on the ground. I am pissed off, but I'm not going to let this guy back up and give it another try. Until security gets here, I'm going to kick this guy in the legs and keep his ass on the ground. I don't know.
Watching the actual replay of the incident, the officials were about 10 yards or less behind the fan who ran on the field. After the fan hit the ground, the official would have gotten there in enough time to grab him before he would have been able to do anything else, in my opinion.
Yeah, but can you blame...
Again, I'm not faulting Esteban for doing it. Because again, I would be doing the same thing.
I would have kicked him in the head.
That he, as the ref said in a quote, that Esteban could have just walked away at that point. He could have moved back another 5-10 yards. The fan would never have gotten near him again.
I would have punched him.
No, I'm not discrediting.
And then that would have been a red card for me. But what Esteban did...
Well, if you're going to get a red card anyways, you might as well make it worth it.
I mean, he kicked the guy in the leg a couple times. Give him if you're the referee... Pull your head out of your ass and give the guy a yellow card and then let the game continue. Because what he did, in a sense, was justify every other fan who jumps on that field from opposing team. And if that player fights back, what he's saying is, essentially, if you throw back and you kick back or you punch back, then you're going to get a straight red. That just gives an incentive to every wacko fan out there who wants to make sure his team gets a victory or a win to go run out on the field, and karate chop the opponent in the head.
Yeah.
And then if the guy fights back, you get a red?
Yeah.
Come on. I mean,
Well, and it's something that maybe FIFA has to approach.
it shouldn't be, though. It should have been common.
Ability to be able to defend yourself if the fan is on the field.
It's common sense to me.
At that point, it's not the same as saying Esteban running up into the stands and karate kicking somebody in the face.
Yeah.
It's different than if a fan comes over there and tries to kick you in the midsection.
Right.
I agree with that completely. It's something that FIFA should approach. I'm just saying that the ref was following what the actual rule book says.
At least we think he is, because we don't know if he could have given him a yellow.
That's the thing, is that the rule book is a subject for interpretation.
Yeah. I mean,
refs are no different than judges with laws. They go out there and they decide what they. He could have given him a yellow. He could have just avoided the whole situation, and not given him anything. But I'm just saying he's following the rules, and you can't really fault either parties, in my opinion.
Whenever a referee makes a completely doofus, dumbass decision like that, they always fall back on the rule book.
Yeah.
Come on, how many times do the refs? All of it is subject to objectivity. He just didn't have any in that game. Let's face it. That referee had no objectivity in that game. I don't know what he saw or what he thought he saw, but those little two leg kicks to me do not amount to excessive reprisal, or to me, I still see it as self-defense. Even with the guys running up behind, I think the guy used the rule book to excuse himself from looking like a total ass, and unfortunately, in my book, he still looks like one.
Well, and funny situation here is that the fan who went out on the field and was part of the incident actually already had a lifetime ban, and Ajax is apparently potentially going to be receiving a fine for this.
God.
And I believe the fan will probably be seeing some form of prison sentence for it, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know how you stop a banned fan from getting in.
How do you do that? I know
he changes his name.
You're banned. You can't come here anymore.
Yeah, and
you're not going to be able to. Everybody's not going to know who all the banned fans are.
All you got to do is have a friend buy you a ticket, right?
Yeah, they could have beards. They could wear hoodies. Just there's no way that everybody can keep in track of that.
What are you going to do? A digital face scan on every fan that comes in the stadium?
Thumbprint, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Man, sorry, you can't come in here.
I don't know how you ban or you penalize Ajax for that either. I mean, how good do you have to be? Too good.
Apparently, they're going to be bringing in a couple more security guards.
You know what? Don't ban Ajax.
Basically.
Yeah, don't ban Ajax. Don't punish Ajax. Punish the ref. That's what I'd say. All right, racist. Go ahead.
That's my final thing on it.
Okay, racist remarks by Suarez. So this is really interesting because Liverpool Suarez gets an 8-game ban based on the word of Patrice Evra that he was racially abused. He gets an 8-game ban. Yet we have John Terry on film, on tape, saying what he said, which is he called his center back mate on the national team's younger brother, a black blank. Not going to say what he said because I can't say it here. Yeah. But the fact is, how does John Terry avoid an 8-game ban, and instead he's actually being charged? All right, but the league does nothing to ban Terry? Where's the fair game there? There isn't any, right?
My guess, early basis on this is that it's because he's English.
He's English. He's the captain of the English national team, right?
Worse than that, and they may slap him on the hand in this situation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making headline news for all the wrong reasons, for multiple instances.
He always does.
And it's funny. And I don't know if he'll get sentenced to a number of banned games or anything in the future, but it's ridiculous.
I mean,
how different the two sentences are.
They are.
Regardless that one isn't even a sentence, but
yeah, he's free to play.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And if the guy's not out sharing his daddy sauce with every chick in the neighborhood, he's apparently racially abusing one of his best friend's younger brothers. And maybe I can't judge. I don't know. I don't live in England. I don't know what's acceptable there. But calling somebody that here would probably get your ass. You'd get your ass beat for saying something.
I imagine
like
racism is racism everywhere.
you would think. You would think. But apparently John Terry thinks it's okay to call Anton Ferdinand. And Rio Ferdinand is his older brother, right? I mean, it's not like Rio Ferdinand and John Terry don't know each other. They've known each other for over a decade. They've played in the back four for the national team together. So, is this something that John Terry would have called Anton Ferdinand in front of, his older brother? Does he call, the older Ferdinand these things? I mean, come on. I don't know. But I guess it really comes down to John Terry's just an idiot, right?
He's a dumbass.
I think he's proven that he is an idiot. All right, over the years.